All right, so a lot of people when this game first came out was saying this, and me personally, I personally feel like this is not the case. And I know you guys are probably wondering, like, what am I, talking about, or what game is not like this game? And I am talking about, Sparking Zero not being Budokai Tenkaichi free. Now, when this game first came out, you guys know how it went. A lot of people were saying, oh, this is like Tenkaichi 4 and, all that stuff. But me personally, after, experiencing this game and playing it, daily for like months now, I really don't feel like this game is, Tenkaichi 4 or not Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I feel like this game is either like its own like game, or it builds more off of the Raging Blast series rather than the Tenkaichi series. Now, yes, you could say that they take some aspects and some stuff from the Budokai games, including Budokai 3, and put it into this one, which is true. Like, how the games function and how it plays, it definitely does resemble that. But there's a lot of things in this game that's way different compared to Tenkaichi 3. I'm not just talking about like sounds and stuff like that. It's like overall how the game plays. There's a lot more like changes and stuff like that compared to Tenkaichi 3. Obviously more modernized changes, but when you like play, I would say, the PvP aspect of this game, you realize that it's totally and completely different from Tenkaichi 3 back in the day. Now, the PS2 version of Tenkaichi 3 didn't have the online because, PS2s couldn't play online, it was only local. But the Wii version, if anybody played that, Nintendo had their online services at the time for games like, Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Wii, etc., etc. And people played that online, and, the connection and stuff was bad, yes, but from what I've seen from clips in that game of the online back in the day, the online and how the game played is way, way different than how, sparkingzero's gameplay is. Because sparkingzero's gameplay, it's so broken, bro. Like, honestly, it's so broken. It's just, infinite combo, spam cheese, running around, there was that one clip that I saw in a tournament or something where some dude just literally used Android 19 and he literally just, boosted flying around the map, the whole game just going up, down, and the dude literally won off of that for the entire match in a tournament, mind you. So, there's a lot of things in this game that makes it different from Tenkaichi 3 that, Tenkaichi didn't have, especially for, the online. And overall, like I said, how the game functions in terms of like, content in the game and stuff like that, it just does not feel like Tenkaichi 3. And I've even heard people still saying that, Tenkaichi 3 is still better than this game. And honestly, I cannot disagree with them. Like, yes, this game does have some updated graphics, obviously, modernized changes, characters from Super and stuff like that. But, I honestly would rather still play like Tenkaichi 3 in this modern day over this game. I've even had people telling me that, instead of Sparking Zero, we should have just gotten, Raging Blast 3 or Xenoverse 3 or like a remastered Tenkaichi 3. And you feel me? I would have been down for that because, like I said, Sparking Zero was not it. This game does not feel like a Tenkaichi game at all. It feels like its own game, or like I said, it just feels like Raging Blast 2 but updated. And like, this game is just I don't know, it dropped the ball. Like I said, they dropped the ball with this game so hard. And there is so much things missing from this game compared to Tenkaichi 3 that, again, I don't know how people sit here and call this game like, the next step of Tenkaichi 3, because it's really not. There's tons of characters from Tenkaichi 3 that are still missing in Sparking Zero. And again, we have no idea when those are coming because they are focusing on other stuff like, the next DLC, which should be Daima related, I'm pretty sure. And we still don't have characters like, you know, King Vegeta, Super 17 Fasha, characters like that, which again are in Tenkaichi 3. That's like one thing. And again, Tenkaichi 3 just felt way better to play compared to Sparkingzero, because like I said, what I seen from online clips in this game and like, you know, tournaments and stuff like that, yeah, this game's PvP online, all that, it really sucks. It's bad. And again, I don't really see why people still call this game the next step after Tenkaichi 3, because like I said, it's really not, bro. It's its own game, or you can just say it's Raging Blast 3 basically, with a new title and graphics and all that. Like again, this game, they do some good things here and there, but you know, you can't really sit here and tell me that this game is better than Tenkaichi 3. Like if we're talking, you know, graphically and, you know, character wise, I would say yes, because again, we have characters from, you know, OG Dragon Ball, Z, Super, GT, like, you know, and now we have Daima characters coming in too. So you could say the roster for Sparkingzero is a little bit better because of those characters. Again, like, you feel me, the Daima characters like Beast Gohan and shit like that, Goku Black, super characters, etc. Like you could say that, you know, they win in that aspect, but everything else, like, you know, the gameplay, you know, content to do, OSTs and stuff like that, it does not hold a candle to Tenkaichi 3. And I'm really sick and tired of people saying this shit, because again, y'all remember everything that happened when this game first came out, the glazing that was going on when everybody was like, oh yo, you know, pre-order this game day one or buy the legendary or ultimate edition, blah blah blah, and then, you know, in a couple months time, people are not playing this. Like my copy, like I said in previous videos, bro, my copy sits there and it just collects dust. I'm only on this game, like no joke, I'm only on this game when I have to make a video for you guys. Like if I gotta hop on, get clips and stuff like that and put them into my videos, that's the only time I'm really playing this game, because it's not it. They fumbled so hard and they dropped the ball and it's not good. And if you don't believe me, just go on YouTube. This game is so boring and bad right now that, you know, people still play the original Tenkaichi 3, or they play like the modded version, which they call Tenkaichi 4 or some shit like that. And, you know, they play that game with the mods and stuff like that. And honestly, it's still way more fun than what we have now. And I don't even know what to say besides, like, you know, that's embarrassing, because how is, like, you know, the original game and a modded version of the original still better than the modern game we have today? And you feel me? It's just crazy. Now, again, I know a lot of people might probably come in this video and probably disagree with me or say that I'm wrong, and that's completely fine. But like I said, bro, this game could have been a great game. It really could have. It could have been the next Tenkaichi 3, or it could have been better. But in hindsight, they Bandai, you know, all these niggas, they really just dropped the ball with this game. They fumble it hard, and, you know, that's where I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna, you know, take that opinion and, you know, choice to the grave. Like, this game is fun when you play it for like a good couple of minutes or so, but you realize that it's bad, nothing to do really, and some of the stuff ain't that cool. There's nothing to do. And then again, the online is so fucking garbage. So yeah, I just, you know, stand on that. I'm gonna just stand on that, bro. This game is good in certain slight aspects, but, you know, it doesn't hold a candle to Tenkaichi 3. And, you know, I'm gonna take that opinion with me until, you feel me? Like, again, you guys can come in the comments and, like, you know, disagree or whatever, but I personally stand on that. And again, like I said, if you don't believe me, let's go look around. People are still playing Tenkaichi 3 and all these other games via, like, you know, emulators and all that stuff, still making content on it over Sparkingzero. Like, if you go on YouTube right now and you look at Sparkingzero content, or just type Sparkingzero in the search bar, all you're gonna just see is old clips from months ago or a year ago when the game like first came out or got announced, and that's it. There is no new content up on this game. We don't know when the next DLC is coming. I assume it's gonna be soon, since we got the Nintendo Switch version now and they're done with that and they're bringing that out soon. So we may get news on the next DLC. I made a video on that too. So yeah, like again, we don't know when the DLC is coming and all that. And like I said, it's just nothing to look forward to in this game. So yeah, I'm just gonna stand on that and say that sparkingzero is not better, or it's just not Tenkaichi free. And yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up there. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to like, share, subscribe. You guys know comments are always open. You guys can let me know what you guys think, if you guys agree or disagree with my, take in this video. Again, comments are always open. I'm always reading comments, liking comments, etc. So, drop your thoughts down below. Let me know, hit that like button, hit that sub, turn on that notification bell. We're trying to go crazy. And yeah, I'm Neon B2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace out. I'm out of here.